drilling down into your project fund balances in finance reporting. This video will show you how to drill down into your project expenditure details when you are in finance reporting. First, to be able to see project fund balances within finance reporting, you'll need to be a principal investigator on the project. To start, you'll need to go into finance reporting through My Research. Select the link here to see a demonstration of how to do this in the Navigating to Fast Finance Reporting and Filtering Data video. Once you are in finance reporting, you can see details in your project fund balances by selecting numbers that have the blue hyperlink text, like here, here, and here. An important number to note for principal investigators is the balance here at the bottom right in the Total All Expenses row of the 6th column, which shows the balance remaining at the current point of time in the project. This balance reflects the difference between your budgeted amount in the 3rd column less the actual expenditures in the 4th column less the committed amounts in the 5th column. Remember that for an internally funded project, there will be no revenue in the actuals column for your project in FAST. A reminder too that FAST reports only show balances for actuals that have been entered into FAST at this point of time and may be missing actual expenses that have not yet been entered due to time lags. Also, when you drill down into the blue font project numbers, it is important to know that sometimes you can see expenses that are not related to your project. For example, an expense purchased with a P card as a bulk purchase. To ensure you are only looking at the numbers that are associated with your project, always verify the funds, organizations, accounts, and program or FOAP number matches your project. If the FOAP number for the expense does match your project, but you don't recognize the expense as related to your project, you should verify this expense right away by emailing to orcfinance@mtroyal.ca. You also may come across negative numbers when you drill down into your project number details. It's important to know that these negative numbers do not indicate that you have money being taken away from your project. It only indicates that you have a rebate calculated for money back. So, when you see negative numbers in FAST research, think of them as good numbers that are positive for your project and not numbers that are deducting money from your project. Often, negative numbers in FAST are related to the GST charged on your expenses. This is because, typically, Mount Royal University has a 67% rebate on the GST for your expense. This means that you'll only be charged GST on 33% of your expenses, and you'll receive GST back on the 67% of your expenses as a rebate. Let's consider this 67% rebate in an example. If you pay GST of $100 on an expense, the GST will be entered into FAST research as only $33, and you'll get a GST rebate for $67. So, you'd see $67 as a negative number in FAST, but it will represent a rebate, not a cost. That's all for this video overview for drilling down into project fund balances within FAST Finance Reporting. Let's summarize the takeaways. First, sometimes you can see expenses that are not related to your project, like an expense purchased with a P card as a bulk purchase. However, if you see an expense that has your FOAP number but is not related to your project, contact ORC right away. Second, negative numbers in FAST relate to rebates to your projects, not costs. Typically, these rebates are associated with GST rebates on your expenses. Also remember that if you see colored font like this, you'll have the ability to click and drill down further in fast research.